Hey guys, this one's about managerial decision making. So it's a four-step process, all right. So and you go through this on a fairly regular basis. So it shouldn't be anything that's all that earth-shattering to you. You're going to use it in managerial decision making. Actually, when we get to chapters 11, 12, and 13 in marketing, it's actually the same process as the consumer buying process. There's one added step in the buying process, but for managerial decision making, it starts with identifying a problem or an opportunity. Okay, so let's say I walk out to my truck and it has a flat tire. Well, I just recognized I have a problem, right? I identified that I have a problem. I have a flat tire. So from there, we have to generate some alternatives. So we go look for ways that we could fix the flat tire. We could get a new tire, we could get a used tire, we could just fix the flat, we could get 4 new tires. And then we have to evaluate those alternatives. So we have to look at them and say, all right, what is the cost versus the benefit? And which one are we going to go with? And we're going to select an alternative. So we're going to pick one of them. All right, and that's kind of that selecting alternative is that evaluating part of it. And then we're going to implement and evaluate the solution. So whatever we picked, we implement it, and then we evaluate. Okay, how did we do? Did that do what we wanted it to do, or did it not do what we wanted it to do? And depending on where we're at, we might have to go back and start again. We might recognize that we have a problem still. Okay, so a couple things that further as we go through that. So a problem is a discrepancy between an actual condition and a desired condition. So let's say that you took the first exams and you have a C in the class and you wanted a B. All right, you started this class with the idea that I want a B. All right, and you now have a C. Well, that's a problem because you're not where your desired condition is. On the flip side, if you had started out this class, you wanted a B, and after the first exams you have an A, you have an opportunity. An opportunity is a positive discrepancy. You now have an opportunity to get a grade that's higher than what your desired condition was. Okay. Some ways that we generate alternatives is we brainstorm. One's called blast then refine. You basically look at everything that's been done before, and then you reevaluate. So you might look at, okay, how did we solve this problem in the past? How did that go? Could we fix it? All right. Trial and error. That's what most of us do on our vehicles. Something goes wrong. We're not sure what it is. We try one thing first and hope that that's the answer. And when it's not, we try the next thing. Selecting an alternative, like I said, we're looking at all of our considerations: financial, human, what the time is, and what other obstacles there are to solving the problem. So when we're talking about my car, it's most likely the financial constraint, the time constraint. But in business, we're constrained by the people that we have and whether they can accomplish the task, how much money it might take, how long it might take, and then there could be legal and political factors as well. Okay, so we're going to select the alternative that we think is the most effective. So if we relate this to you and your grade in this class, when you're up here and you're generating alternatives, you're thinking of, okay, what are some things I can do to get my grade up? Study, read, watch these lectures, actually do the assignments, and then you're going to evaluate, okay, if I read, what do I think the benefit of that is? If I study, what's the benefit of that? What's the benefit of doing the homework? And you're going to pick a couple of those things to do. and then you're gonna implement. And after the next set of exams, you'll evaluate the solution. And you might have to go start. If you're still at a C, you got to start back at the beginning. Okay. One thing that I notice here is the word satisfies. That just means maybe what might happen is you pick a solution that solves the problem, but it wasn't the best solution. All right. So let's say in terms of my truck's tires, if all my tires are actually bad and I really need new tires, and I only pick to fix one tire, well, yes, I've solved the problem in that my tire is no longer flat, but my other tires needed fixed too, and so I picked what's called a satisficing solution. I picked a solution that solved the problem, but it wasn't the best solution that could have been picked. All right. And that's the managerial decision-making process. And like I said, when we talk about buyer decision-making process, it's the same process. They're going to add a step to that. Okay? So I'll talk to you later. Bye.